Hello and welcome. The 19th of February, and February is diving along at a rapid pace, which is a little scary. And we're back to the 19th of our February free website audits. Had some really great feedback so far from people who had their audits, and overall they seem to be going down pretty well. But this is my opinions of things. It's not gospel. I'm just coming to you from a point of lots of things I've learned over the time, and not only what I've learned or what I've seen used, but what I've proven in use. So I've just come off a call with a client of mine. We've been redoing her Facebook ads, or that's how it started. Back in late November, she said to me, I want to learn how to do Facebook ads. I want to learn on my own product, and she's an e-commerce store. And that then morphs into, okay, let's see what the Facebook ads are doing. Let's recreate the Facebook ads, test copy, creative, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, the thing then is your website converting? So over the course of all of December, all of January, and now half of February, I've got it to the point where at a testing campaign level still, the Facebook ads are doing very nicely. We're happy with the content. Today we found out that Facebook, with their broad targeting, was feeding out their ads to the 65 plus, and she has a gym towel. I don't know many 65 pluses who were going to buy a gym towel and go to the gym. And that it was feeding out one of her ads to men predominantly by about 4-1. And this is a really feminine, really attractive, really targeted, marketed at females. But anyway, so we've done edits. But over the time, what I like to do is have my theories and then test my theories. And in the real world, it's the testing that tells me whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. And I'm sometimes wrong. I'm the first to admit it. So what are we looking at today? Today we're looking at ModC. So another case where when you just see the URL name, if that's all you see, then it's going to be really hard to know what it is. ModC, I mean, I didn't know what it was until 5 minutes ago when I grabbed the website URL and had a look at it. So that's okay, in that nowadays we tend to not have to understand what the website name is to remember to Google it. But it does mean that when you're using a website URL that's a little obscure, that you need to be very quick about saying to people immediately what it is that you do. And they have done that very well. Be who you want when you want, and not just another business card, maybe the last business card you'll ever buy. Maybe I would want that a little bit bigger, because it's sort of not quite in my face. And if you look at it on mobile, it's not as bad as I expected it to be on mobile. They have done some optimization, which is not too bad. So this website is what I expected. It's an app developer, and app developers traditionally like to custom code websites. Rightly or wrongly, they've got usually teams of developers who like to play with code. And that's exactly what this is. It's a custom coded website built on the WordPress core, but it's a custom coded website. Shop now, how does it work? So immediately they've got 30 seconds to communicate what it is, what this is. Do they do that really quickly? Reduce your carbon footprint, no apps needed for holder or receiver, real-time data updating, cut down on redundant print costs, contactless, detail sharing, multiple profiles with one card, works on all operating systems, 100% made in Australia. It's still a little bit, so we've got to get down here to where it's really telling me what it is. And I'm still confused, is this an app? Or is this an actual business card? Is this a thing you see? And business cards, crumbs, I can't remember the last time I printed business cards. It's like decades ago. I went to a couple of conferences last year, and I didn't know this existed. Otherwise, I probably would have used something like this. But I don't hand out business cards. If I get business cards handed to me, invariably they hit the bin the minute I come home from the conference or the meeting. So I don't think I think business cards are a total waste of time. The only time I do use them is that I have postcard size things that I will pop in e-commerce packages that, you know, if I'm sending out a product. And because that's more than a business card. And nowadays, pretty well everything's electronic. Now, I remember in the early days when we would sort of be at conferences and things, so what's your Facebook account? And, you know, people were expected to search for it. And what's your Twitter account? People were expected to search for it. Those days are gone. So this is a good idea. It comes with NFC. There's a lot of jargon being used on here. That's my only problem with this. So in terms of, if you don't know the jargon, you're going to be in trouble. NFC technology. What? Tap your ModC to any smartphone or use the QR code on the back to instantly share your digital assets and contact information. Well, that's what I did at the conferences I was at. I printed out a QR code. I got a QR code, and you get them free from Vistaprint. Straight across to my websites. I had 2 websites because of my digital marketing and also the e-commerce that I was there for. Someone said, how do I contact you? They just scanned the card. Instantly share your digital assets and contact information. The only problem is doing it that way. They scanned the QR code to my website, and then I had to rely on them going back to that image later on to then go to the website and then do the contacts. And to my knowledge, not one single person actually did that. No need for app for you or those you're connecting with, and because that's the other alternative. People are using some apps. To be honest, I haven't looked at many of those. Digital wallet enabled, affordable eco, sustainable tech. So here it's sort of showing that it probably is some sort of card. I'm assuming that you keep the card. You keep the card and people then just tap on it with their phone when they see it. Conversational starter, I agree with that. What this is really needing is a video here to explain what it's doing. I would really like to see an explainer video on here. Just quick, just short, nothing too big, because these images are all well and good, but I'm sort of like a little lost. Being sustainable does not have to be costly. Yeah, I get it. They are proving that they do a lot of government work. This is a Brisbane-based company. Being sustainable at $94 per card for a premium or bamboo range. That's not unreasonable. The price is inclusive of Australian shipping and our in-house design team to get you started and create that magic. So, is this? I'm still sitting here going, how does this work? Data traffic, and I'm like, yes, there is a how it works, but I don't want to go to another website, another page on the website to find out how it works. I want how it works sitting up here. Love the colors, really bright, really happy, simple. They're using a logo and a simple header menu, lots of white space. Legends who have made a switch to us, they clearly hit the government groups. Get your card, introduce your own good company. I'm not seeing any testimonials. They seem to be relying on the weight of these places. And now, having done a lot of government work, I can tell you that this is meaningless for me, because I know lots of government agencies that throw a lot of money at stuff, and it's really bad waste of the taxpayer's dollar, quite frankly, and NFPs as well. So I would be liking to see a few more, a few more smaller businesses within this. They seem to be targeting very much the big businesses. Track views, we understand the power of data and the importance of brand. So we understand. So copy is wrong. It's not we understand. It should be the power of data and the importance of brand consistency is important for you as a business owner. That's why ModC, one access is worth considering. With one access, you can nominate team members with enterprise controls to ensure access, branding, consistency. When data details change, easy and efficient updating and managing can occur. That's an important. that's an important benefit for a big business. Years ago, I worked for Fortune 100 companies, Merck, Sharp and Dohme and Pfizer, and like, you know, in those days, this was back in the late 80s, early 90s. Their sales teams then were already in excess of 100 people. Now, you know, I know now that they've expanded out and put 3 and 4 multiple other sales teams on. So that's a lot of printing of business cards. But in those days, that's all we had. We only had business cards. This was pre-internet, if you can believe it. And so yeah, you know, I went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of business cards a year. Probably I'd easily go through 50 a week. One dashboard, structure and analytics, performance insights and support connect. That's the big benefit for this sort of service. If you've got lots and lots and lots of reps out there, and they're out there and they're the face of your business, reps or in the case of the government, employees within the organisations, you want to know, are they disseminating out your business information? So this has a really good impact on who's actually showing these, who's getting people to scan them, and when they're handing them to people to scan, what's happening with them? Because you don't want to be buying hundreds of these things and finding out that nobody ever does anything with them, either from the point of view of the person showing them or the point of view of the person scanning them. One access, one solution, track views from networking, brand consistency. This is good. Get one access, starting at $11 per month per card. Then we're back to just doing the same. Really, if it didn't work the first time, let's do it the second time, and it's still not going to work again. See, I would have put a nice big video here. You've got to know these names. I happen to know these names. I'm Australian. MP stands for Member of Parliament. This is a mayor. This is a Member of Parliament. And I happen to know who these names are. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. But I would have preferred to have seen video testimonials there from them. Would have been more powerful. 2,177 produced, 69.4. That in the scale of things is not really, I don't know, it's not really huge numbers. I would have been expecting to see a lot more than 2,000 cards produced. And 69.4K sounds impressive, but in terms of profile views, it's like it's a drop in the ocean. It's pennies. Activate my card, locally owned, support from Rural Queensland, email. And I say don't normally put email addresses on things, but this is a corporation, so it really doesn't matter. They're going to have spam filters on the back of it. Using all of the social media channels. I don't know what the other solutions are, and I don't really want to find out. So what's the site looking like on mobile? They've optimized these 3 images quite nicely. I actually like the view on mobile better than I do on the computer, because I like the way this is up here. I hope they haven't done these. Yeah, good. I hope they haven't done the. Oh, they have. That's a total and utter waste of redundant real estate to put it all over again. And again, as I'm saying, I like videos. So I want to how it works, and I really do not want to have to go to have a look at a video. So why isn't this video on the homepage? And it's 8 minutes long. And they have a YouTube channel, but they haven't got the YouTube in the list of all those long lists of social media. It's little things like that that just annoy me a little bit. And that's quite a good video. I would love to have seen that on the homepage. Also, it is on their probably is. Yeah, there it is. It's on their YouTube. Is it on their Facebook? I would pin it on their Facebook. They've only got 163 likes. I mean, there could well be a new business. And these sorts of businesses don't tend to do much when it's on Facebook and Instagram and those sorts of places. But I would pin that video up to the top. And thank you. They've edited the tabs. Yay! Very few people I come across that edit the long list of tabs that are up here. Smart. I don't know what that's about. I would edit I would pin quite a lot of these "what is this about" videos to the top. So there's a Stacey and Healthcare showing us how we've just made their business card fun. It's just an image. I was expecting to hear Stacey to camera. It's the same thing. Like that's great. You've tagged them in it, but I now want, I want the people someone from there, particularly this Ben, to be just a quick video to camera. I like the idea that they're non-destructible. God only knows I've lost a few business cards over the years where they've had something spilled all over them. Like you get a box of business cards and they get something spilled all over them. I like his networking tips. So they're posting quite reasonably often. I quite like them. I'm probably considering buying one of them. I mean, it's about networking. I would like to see also them produce something about the analytics behind it and how that's going to help their business grow. This is all about networking more to the point, and that's important. That bit is important. But how is a business going to grow? What's the huge benefits to a business by having a networking tool that is not going to get thrown in the bin? Like, yes, there's the whole. I know when I had the QR codes at the conferences I was at last year, it was, oh wow, they look like fun, but it was a very, very inelegant solution to the way to do it, very cheap and nasty. So something like this would have a real wow factor to it, and people would be more inclined to use it, and inclined to then go and actually look at your social networking. Although I'm a little disappointed though that their Facebook account has so few likes and followers. It's like, yeah, and I shouldn't talk because don't look at my social media accounts. They're hopeless. The same with their YouTube. They only have 5 subscribers. They've now got 6, 10 videos. What are they doing in shorts? How to first round of digital business card designs. They're only fairly new business. Digital business card, how to update banner images, what it is and what's the profile like. They've got some work to do. Instagram, 427 followers. Their content's good. Their product is good. Oh, go away, I don't want to sign in. Because it's got 2-factor on it and it drives me insane. LinkedIn is a really important place for these guys. you want, you know, particularly with the amount of connections they've got out. IT says 1K followers. John, one other connection. John who? John Dwyer. Not surprised. I will follow. Am I on the right account yet? Where is the ability to contact them? About page posts. How many page posts are they doing? 20 hours, pretty good. So a lot of that content that I saw on Facebook and Instagram needs to be here on LinkedIn as well. I like that they're doing some ad events style stuff, which don't believe I saw on Facebook 1 week ago. No, because I was down past that. They're doing a little bit. See, I want to see that on. I want to see this on Facebook and Instagram, and on YouTube as well, because we've got videos from the event on YouTube. So the point I think I'm trying to make is that you can have lots and lots of social media channels, and don't be frightened about putting the same content on each channel, because you've got different people on different channels and different people looking at different times, and it's repetition that's important. I like that one. No, why doesn't it want to scroll? See, this is the sort of thing I'd like to see. That would make a great video on YouTube. On YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram, and could be converted into a reel pretty well. What are they doing on reels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reels on here. Come back to that in a minute. TikTok, 64 followers, 238 following. So they've definitely got real type content. Like there's a lot of it here. Yeah. I don't know what that's all about, but anyway. But there's plenty here that could be repurposed as reels. All places. I don't know why Instagram's having a hiccup. Twitter. So I honestly don't use Twitter very much, but for these people, Twitter is very important. This is exactly the market who are going through business contact stuff, journos, government. There's still a lot of government stuff being done on Twitter. These are the people that are on Twitter: politicians, reporters, journos. All of these are on Twitter. They're heavily on Twitter. They live, eat, and breathe Twitter. So being here on Twitter is an important place to be. And on Twitter, when you're on Twitter at an event, a lot of them use Twitter streams to promote stuff while you're at an event. So usually if I'm at an event, I'm sitting at the event I've got the hashtag that they want me to use for the event, and I'm madly tweeting out things as I'm hearing them come off the stage, or looking at a stand per se and taking a photo of the stand and then hitting it back up through the Twitter account. That's where I end up getting most of my followers on Twitter. August the 14th, 2023. They haven't done much on Twitter since 23 by the looks of it. So they should be using Twitter a lot more heavily than they are. And they should be up there following the news media channels, the TV channels, the reporters. Like if you watch TV and look at all the reporters have a Twitter handle. Even the weather people have a Twitter handle. The reporters have a Twitter handle. The presenters have a Twitter handle. There's Twitter handles of every single person that's a journo. And these are the people that's important to get in front of. Off to Queensland we go. So yeah, they're doing a lot of, and as rightly so, this business is doing a lot of conference and events attendance. I'd be surprised if they're not doing a lot of stands at these things. If they're not doing stands, they're at least working the room, showing their product. So this sort of thing. And when you're not there, put aside some content that you can use when you're not at one of the events. Lead generation on Twitter, yeah. Twitter goes through fits and starts where it was really big and then it sort of died off, and then Elon Musk has taken it over and it's getting a bit of a kick back up again. Okay, I was trying to get onto here to see what there was on Reels. A few. So if the one they've got the most on is obviously TikTok, and literally most of this TikTok content can be on that's a bit of TikTok specific sort of content, and maybe not everything. They've got this sort of, they're doing some lots of template stuff going on there. Maybe not all of it is suitable for others, for other channels. So that would be. Okay, what else can I say? Probably not a lot else. Shop. So I'm still not, after looking at all this, I'm still not 100% sure what it's going to cost me and how much it will cost me. What I'm going to get and how much it will cost me. So physical card, $94 one off, digital wallet, $54 once off, physical and digital, $139 once off. Okay, I'd sort of, I had to dig a bit to find that out. And I didn't quite understand until now that there's the physical card, there's the digital wallet, and there's the physical and digital. Now I do, but I had to dig. Shouldn't have to dig. So let's add to cart and see what happens. There's people I added to cart yesterday, and I don't believe I ever got any follow-up email. Card setup 101. It's all good, I'll manage. This sort of makes me a little confused. First line, okay. I'm not going to submit this, obviously. Okay. One-off cards, no subscriptions. I don't understand what the subscriptions is about. So you're losing me a little bit at this. I will put an email and see if I get retargeted. So that should make it retarget me. Probably, this is a custom coded site. I'd almost really want to have, I'd really like to have this shown. What does that look like? If you can have an emulator there that said, so this is what you put up, this is what you're going to get, that it looks like. So I'm sort of sitting here going, I don't know what that's going to look like. So I'd be curious to know what their abandoned cart rates are like. All right, that's enough raving for me now. I need to go and do another live stream. I'll talk to you all tomorrow, and tomorrow I am doing completeperformancecoaching.com.au.